T-minus 30 seconds and counting.
The launch deck water curtain starts.
駆動用電池起動。
Thermal batteries activation.
15 seconds.
フライトモードオン。
Flight mode on.
10.
全システム準備完了。
All systems are ready.
5 seconds to launch.
メインエンジンスタート。
Main engine ignition.
Main engine start of the H-IIB. And liftoff. Liftoff of the Japanese H-IIB cargo craft, heading for a rendezvous with the International Space Station next Thursday.
2号機を搭載した H-2B ロケット2号機は平成23年1月22日
Pitch maneuver complete. The H-IIB now heading toward the southeast out over the Pacific Ocean.
宇宙センターから打ち上げられました。
We had a liftoff of the H-IIB launch vehicle number 2 with the Kounotori 2 on board from the Tanegashima Space Center at 2:57 p.m. on January 22, 2011, Japan Standard Time.
打ち上げ以降、ロケットの管制は吉信発射管制塔から竹崎総合司令塔に引き継がれています。
After liftoff, the launch vehicle operation control was shifted from the blockhouse to the range control center.
ロケットは
50 seconds into the flight, the Japanese H-IIB and this H-2B booster already going supersonic.
この太平洋上へ飛行しています。
The H-IIB is now flying over the Pacific Ocean to the southeast with its initial flight angle of 108.5 degrees.
1 minute and 10 seconds into the flight, all systems performing well.
70 80
Coming up on the point when the 4 solid rocket boosters will burn out.
ロケットは正常に飛行中です。
The H-2B is now flying smoothly.
110
SRBA 燃焼終了。
SLBA burnout.
120
JAXA confirming separation of the solid rocket boosters. These come off 2 at a time.
SRBA 第1ペア分離。SRBA 第2ペア分離。
The first and second pairs of the SLBA were jettisoned.
Both pairs of solid rocket boosters are now separated. One minute and 30 seconds from now, the fairing that protects and covers up the H-IIB at the very top of that rocket will jettison. At that point, the rocket will be 75 miles in altitude.
The Ogasawara station has started tracking.
It's 打ち上げ後3分が経過しました。
It's 3 minutes after liftoff.
第1段エンジンの燃焼は正常。制御系飛行経路も正常です。ロケットは順調に飛行を続けており、現在の高度は約 108km、秒速約 2.2km です。
The first stage engine combustion, attitude control, and flight trajectory are all normal. Current altitude is about 108 kilometers. The velocity is approximately 2.2 kilometers per second.
AC フェアリング分離。
Payload fairing jettison.
Confirmation that the fairing has been jettisoned. The first stage will continue to burn for 2 more minutes. There you see the smoke trail left there above the Tanegashima Space Center.
第1段エンジンの燃焼は正常。制御系飛行経路も正常です。
The first stage engine combustion, attitude control, and flight trajectory are all normal.
Here in Houston, the flight director, Jerry Jason, is about to wrap up his shift. He's updating the Expedition 26 crew on board the space station, talking with Katie Coleman there, informing her that tonight's launch was successful. The HTV continuing to head into orbit. The next milestone will occur at 5 minutes and 46 seconds into the flight. That is when the first stage engine will cut off.
ロケットは順調に飛行を続けており、現在の高度は約 160km、秒速約 4.3km です。
The flight goes very smoothly. Current altitude is about 160 kilometers. Velocity is approximately 4.63 kilometers per second.
A live view inside the control room at the Tsukuba Space Center. A team there continuing to monitor the progress of HTV as it climbs into orbit. We're standing by for the cutoff of the first stage engine, which is coming up momentarily.
第1段エンジン燃焼停止。
First stage engine cut off.
First stage engine cutoff confirmed.
第1段ロケット、第2段ロケットから分離。
First and second stages separation.
5 minutes and 54 seconds into the flight, the first and second stages have separated.
第2段エンジン燃焼開始。
Second stage engine ignition.
Confirmation that the second stage engine has fired. This will fire for more than 8 minutes. The second stage engine will fire until the 14-minute and 15-second mark.
Station has started tracking.
Live shots there from the Tsukuba space station, mission control room. The
第2段エン
Guam
ジンの
station
燃
has
焼は
now
正常。
started tracking.
制御系飛行経路も正常です。
The second stage engine combustion, attitude control, and flight trajectory are all normal.
Now more than 7 minutes into the flight, the second stage engine continues to perform as expected. The team there in Tsukuba, Japan is watching over all the systems on board. The Expedition 26 crew on board the space station is also following along. For the next 5 days, HTV will continue to perform a series of different orbital maneuvers as it closes in on the orbiting complex. Everything will be all set for Thursday's activities. That is when HTV will arrive within the vicinity of the International Space Station. It will perform a series of station-keeping maneuvers, and then ultimately it will get close enough so that the station's robotic arm under the control of Katie Coleman and also Paolo Nespoli can use that arm to reach out and grab onto HTV and to mount it to the bottom of the Harmony node.
第2段エンジンの燃焼は正常。制御系飛行経路も正常です。現在の高度は約 255km、高速約 5.6km です。
The second stage engine combustion, attitude control, and flight trajectory are all normal. Current altitude is approximately 255 kilometers. Velocity is about 5.6 kilometers per second.
ロケットは現在安定して飛行を続けています。
The flight goes very smoothly.
The flight controllers there in Tsukuba, Japan, continuing to give information on the performance of the HTV as it continues to head into space. It is now more than 160 miles high, continuing to gain velocity under the power of that second stage engine, which will continue to fire for another almost 5 minutes. We're now 9 minutes and 45 seconds into the flight.
It's
10 minutes after liftoff.
You
can see here
ロ
in
ケットは
the
種子島の
live
各地上
footage
局からの
of the mission
速範囲
control
を
room
離
here
れ
in Tsukuba, Japan.
小笠原
On
局
the right-hand side, he's moved
グア
out
ム
of
局から追尾され
behind
てい
that
ます。
pillar now, but he was
The flight
holding
is progressing smoothly. The launch vehicle is
stuffed
out of the
mascot
tracking range
of the
of the
Kounotori.
Tanegashima ground station, and the Ogasawara
Kounotori now.
and Guam stations are tracking the launch vehicle.
flying smoothly.
This ground track and flight mapping sent to us by the Japanese Space Agency, JAXA. You can see HTV continuing to head to the southeast out over the parts of the Pacific Ocean. We're now 11 minutes and 20 seconds into the flight.
Stage engine combustion, attitude control, and flight trajectory are all normal. The flight goes very smoothly. Current altitude is approximately 290 kilometers. Velocity is about 6.4 kilometers per second.
HTV is now 180 miles high. Flight Director Jerry Jason continuing to give updates to Katie Coleman, a member of Expedition 26, on the flight, but all systems are nominal. Everything is performing as expected. The next major milestone will occur in about 2 minutes and 15 seconds. That is when the second stage engine will cut off. And then a little less than a minute after that, at 15 minutes and 5 seconds into the flight, that is when HTV-2 will be separated from its rocket and will be in its preliminary orbit.
The
Ogasawara station finished tracking, and the Guam station is now tracking the launch vehicle.
The spacecraft currently being tracked by ground stations near Guam. But the smoke there above the Tanegashima Space Center still very evident, even though we're more than 13 minutes past the launch time. In less than 1 minute, that second stage engine, which has been firing since the 6-minute mark, will be shut down. And then less than a minute after that, that is when the HTV cargo craft itself will separate from the rocket and will begin its solo flight.
The flight goes very smoothly.
Standing by for second stage shutdown.
第2段エンジン燃焼停止。
Second stage engine cut off.
The shutdown of the second stage engine has been confirmed.
ロケットは現在完成飛行を続けています。
The launch vehicle is in coast flight.
These are actual replays coming to us of when the SRBs were jettisoned. And there you see replay of the payload fairing separation. That was the cover that was over the top of the H-IIB itself. That took place at the 3-minute and 40-second mark. There's the first and second stage separation, which took place at 5 minutes and 54 seconds. And now back to the current view of the map itself.
H-IIB separation.
H-IIB has separated from its rocket. It is now flying by itself. 15 minutes and 30 seconds after the liftoff.
コウノトリ2号機は国際宇宙ステーションへ。
H-IIB now begins a 5-day trip up to the International Space Station, setting up for Thursday's rendezvous
補給機
and berthing activities.
打ち上げ実況放送を終了いたします。
This is the end of the live launch report of the H-IIB launch vehicle flight 2 with the Kounotori 2 on board.